Charles Schwab Chief Investment Strategist Ann Sonders. Good to have you back here.
Hi, Robert. Thanks for having me.
Halfway through the year, continuing to shed jobs, unemployment rate continues to rise.
Right.
How do we get back confidence in this economy facing those facts?
Look, it does take a while, and anytime you have job losses, it's a tough thing, but we have to look at the trend. And the good news is although there are still job losses, it's much less severe than it was at the peak. The unemployment rate, which is a very lagging indicator, does tend to continue to rise even after you come out of a recession. So it takes some time. It can't turn on a dime. You don't go from severe losses to net gains in a couple of months. But the fact that we're now in less bad territory is something to have a hopeful feeling
And that's a
about.
real indicator for you, the unemployment rate. Have you seen historically that it still stays on the rise?
The unemployment rate of the various ways of looking at the job situation, unemployment claims, people filing for unemployment claims, how many jobs were created or lost, and then the unemployment rate. The unemployment rate is by far the most lagging, and it does tend to continue to rise even after we're out of recessions.
You've really been ahead on all this. It was January 2008. You said, watch out, we are heading to a recession. Then the last time that you were here in May, you said the recession was over. You said as late as...
It could be as early as April.
April.
Yeah.
You still stand by that?
Yeah, you know, I think probably we'll find out sometime in the second quarter that the recession ended. You have to remember, when we get the final read from the Bureau that dates recessions, it's at the point where they look back and they say, when did things start to get better? So if you think of things as a V, which I'm not suggesting this is going to be a V-shaped recovery, you look back and you say, when did things start to get better? It's usually at the low point where things start to improve, which is not the environment that people feel fabulous and think everything's, but it's the point that things turned. And I think we've passed that point.
Well, Warren Buffett, I believe you've heard of him.
I think so.
He had this to say about the economy just last week.
Everything I see about the economy is that we have had no bounce. But in terms of the economy coming back, it takes a while. There were a lot of excesses to be wrung out, and that process is still underway. And it looks to me like it'll be underway for quite a while. In the annual report, I said that the economy would be in a shambles this year and probably well beyond, and I'm afraid that's true.
You know what? I guess I wouldn't use the word shambles. And I see maybe something different than what Warren Buffett sees in that he says he sees no recovery. I think we have seen the bounce off the bottom. We had a coiled spring economy where it got so depressed, and I think we have bounced up off of that bottom. It's still weak, but I think the bounce has already occurred.
Well, many appreciate your optimism. Ann Sonders, thanks so much. Appreciate that.